On. Yeah. Maybe let's remove this one. Okay. I think it's correct, right? This. Okay, I wish you all a very warm welcome to the 7th round already, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I can't count too well, but 7th round of the Dutch Championship. In the morning we saw some surprising late middle game and end game victories. While in the second round during such a tournament on a day is typically a round where some players play on safety, but it can also be really huge mistakes. And because it's such a tough tournament, such a high level tournament, yeah, I bet we're gonna have maybe a few fast draws, but also a few interesting games, because also still people are trying to force their first victory. Be very interesting what happens. Welkom bij de 7e ronde alweer van het NK. Vanmorgen zagen we een aantal verrassende overwinningen die pas plaatsvonden in het laat middenspel en soms pas zelfs het eindspel. Zowel Mike Koopmanschap als Wouter Sipma vergiste zich nog verschrikkelijk in na de 50e zet. Moest zich via een klein miniatuurtje zich nog gewonnen geven. Vanmiddag de tweede ronde, traditioneel zwaar. De tweede ronde op een dag. Het is ook al de tweede keer dat gebeurt. We zijn al een tijdje het toernooi in. En het zal ongetwijfeld toch gebeuren dat er een aantal spelers zullen het rustig aandoen. Zullen vandaag proberen misschien ook wat energie te besparen. Maar ook sommige spelers zullen mate moe al zijn dat er toch misschien wat geblunderd gaat worden. We zullen het vandaag wel gaan zien. Standing with me again is Valneris, Latvian Grandmaster. And we're gonna start the game between the two leaders of the pack. Let's say it like this, because something interesting happened, and for the people here and people at home, it could be quite interesting. Understand what has happened. So, Gunther, the floor is yours.
First, I only saw.
Yeah. Well, tell us about this position. Why to move?
It's more or less equal position. They're approaching to classical game, but they're not entering immediately into classical game. Well, this is a bit of a problem. Too. So tempos are more or less equal.
Yeah.
Still a lot of space to make maneuvers, so you don't have to make classics immediately. You can change forward, backwards.
But you should say it's a little bit a normal strategic and a little bit maybe even dull position.
Yeah.
But fireworks will happen quite soon. I would translate in Dutch for a moment. Een vrij normale stand, klassieke structuren. Het lijkt om een klassiek verloop af te steven. Ook een rustige stand, maar binnen een mum van tijd zullen hier toch de meest bijzondere dingen gaan plaatsvinden. En we zullen zien dat in een hoog tempo allerlei stukken van het bord zullen verdwijnen. Ik ben natuurlijk erg benieuwd naar de mening van Gunther of dat allemaal wel de bedoeling is in deze stand. Wat hij ervan vindt. And why start it out with could you say an aggressive move or what? Yeah, but why start it out with this first?
That's not a problem. You can enter in classic structure.
Yeah, but it's also a little bit cheeky maybe, because after this, perhaps you have a problem. Well, just this, and after this I want to take. But Boomstra started to play in a different way. But of course, Black can choose classics at this point with 2024, it's clear.
But you know, on this level, normally players are a little bit afraid. First turn to classics. They better wait for an opponent.
Okay. So they're waiting for the other one to to make.
When you enter classic players, you have accepted it.
Yeah.
And the opponent can build his game according to the structure of your opponent.
Okay, there's a specific way of looking to who has initiative, so to say.
It doesn't say that it's bad, but
okay, but it's
for good governance, it's always an idea to have the last choice.
The last choice, okay, to hold the initiative that way. Wat interessant is, Gunt Valneris vertelt dat in principe op grootmeesterniveau dat de sterkste grootmeesters houden ervan om het initiatief te houden, om zelf te beslissen wanneer een bepaalde speltypes terechtkomen. Zijn dat misschien ook Boomstra hier niet voor iets, misschien niet zo snel voor zou kiezen voor 2024, 18-3, want is hij degene die bepaalt dat het klassiek wordt. Vind ik zelf een hele interessante denkwijze. Daar is mee niet gezegd of dat ook vervelend zou zijn voor zwart 20-4-18-3. Maar Boomstra will choose something else. And probably has seen the small forcing that happens in the game, or else he probably wouldn't have played it.
So he changes. Now, of course, well, when you play like this, such a change is already supposed to be better for black.
Why?
Because I don't have this piece. This is a weakness. Already here behind.
Okay.
So you don't have piece to make some other structures like way change.
But why isn't this piece equally weak?
Well, it's a combination of already weakness here for white and this. And for black, there's no piece here. So it's just a more free game. You can build.
Okay.
You can build columns, but in white it's more difficult. It's a long way until you close.
De reden dat ik het vraag, het is voor mij altijd interessant, is dat we toch wat dezelfde structuren hebben. Hier schrijven. Wat maakt dan het verschil, technisch gezien, tussen voordeel, geen voordeel, wie staat er beter?
For example, how to build for white. Go this way. This is weak. To build something like this. Again, it's practically impossible to make it really strong. Okay. It's, of course, it's possible to build classical way, and then you have this problem.
Yeah, but in the meantime, of course, black already also has.
Black is the last.
Yeah.
This was played. My opinion, it's strange. Because normally, as grandmasters, they don't play just with one piece in the center.
But were there any clear alternatives then, according to your opinion? Because you told that.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't a real difference. But what else would you prefer? Just.
Yeah. It's some weakness here. Not there. This is too passive.
And building like in this way?
This is possible, yes, but then later on you still have to choose. It's also this possible.
Ooh. Okay. So it might not be. Of course, you're telling that this is a strange move, but perhaps what's the alternative to get the
safest one?
The safest one. Okay. In a lot of games against players of such level, Balkin and Boomstra are clearly two of the absolute best players of the world. It of course can happen that the game ends in a draw, but they fight for every inch. They want to show to each other they don't want to have disadvantage. They keep on fighting, they keep on playing, and even though it can be that this game will also end in a draw, they try to play very precise. Even Nederlands, we zien wel vaker ook van deze absolute topspelers, dit zijn gewoon absolute wereldtoppers, dat die partijen wel een remise eindigen, maar je ziet hier ook vaak een onderhuidse strijd. Strijd waarin wordt gestreden voor elke centimeter en dat je niet wil hebben dat je ook maar echt in het nadeel komt. Het gaat soms ook om de strijd om het initiatief. Je zou namelijk kunnen denken, als je in 3 remises 3 keer het initiatief had, dan voelt de tegenstander dat ook. En dat werkt ook door naar die volgende partij. Je probeert dan toch ook een beetje soms wat met het ego van je tegenstander te sollen, om maar zo te zeggen. Precies, je herkent de uitspraak van Bobby Fischer wordt inderdaad herkend. Ik zal volgende keer een bronverwijzing op. Okay.
This was played?
Yeah, that was played, and we see, sort of a little forcing now.
Yeah, because it's deadly. So you have to close it. And then this immediately.
And now he played this immediately, absolutely.
So does it change anything?
Okay, we're looking at the idea if it's possible to first give this and then take the combination in the game. Then it's even more troubles because both sides will have kings. Then it's even more trouble to catch the king of the opponent. That's why
White hides this.
White.
Then.
Yeah, we'll see we won't show it now, but also in the game we have the important weakness of this hanging piece. Because yeah, black decided to do it immediately. And now making a king. And that's what we saw. What I meant with this hanging piece. If this wasn't there, of course, it would be an easy victory. But at this moment, it's equal. Pieces are equal. Both sides have kings. But at this moment, white has to take a moment to get rid of this piece or to block it with this move. Then again, also black has such piece. So it's the question who eliminates whose king first, I think. But it must be said, it must be very clear that both players probably have seen this quite some moves ago. It's not that Balkin stepped into the small forcing. He must have seen this. This can't happen to him. So he must have known that it was possible that Boomstra would do this. And they both Balkin must have calculated this would end in at least a position with equal pieces. Ik vertel dat Balkin zal het ook van het eind hebben aanzien komen dat deze afwikkeling mogelijk is. En moet ook hebben gezien dat bij het zorgvuldig spel van beide dat ook, nou goed, in ieder geval het evenwicht qua schijven in elk geval niet verstoord zal worden.
Yeah, actually black has a very clear idea how to play. Just so, and whatever you do. For white, it's a bit more responsible because how.
Yeah, it was.
This.
Well, the game already continued with both kings being catched.
So which one was played?
This one. Well, the move of Boomstra is quite logical. If you don't do anything now, white will win. Yeah. And the idea is now, logically, if you play this, I will not go here because I will lose, but I will go a little bit further and catch the king.
Yeah. Looks like a bit more flexible for black because in this case, these pieces.
And it's also one of the things they have to, at least Balkin, but both, mostly Balkin has to think about, how do I want my king to be catched? How do I want, which changes do I want? Because for instance, in such position, yeah, I think black has the initiative. He has some pieces here that are active. After this you can go to this field. These pieces that are doing, I think you have little pieces in the center.
These are obviously out of the game.
Yeah. And also the reason that he played this can't be to allow for this. He of course he played something else because he doesn't want the passive position.
Yeah, sure.
So
of course, it's possible to create.
He did it like that. Yeah, he activated, and now both kings went off the board.
So with this one.
No, with 9.
looks much better than this.
So first we had these pieces here that would do anything. Now it's a little bit forward. Is this completely equal? Will this end in a draw?
I think it's equal, yes. Maybe I think black has a little bit more tempos,
Black has a little bit more tempos.
but it doesn't guarantee any. Plus
Yeah.
draw or minus draw.
Well, he played this, losing 4 tempos. And aren't you possible now to play against these pieces?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yes, but I think they'll go away.
Is this more logical then? Is there anything to be done here?
But then of course I can attack. After this you are in danger. I can take this piece. After this I throw it back.
Okay. So
There's no weakness anymore. No,
but probably then, because I don't know about tempos, but I think it's equal. Game will end in a draw quite shortly. I don't think that in the second round of the day they will be testing each other for plus and minus draws. I think they will save their energy, but I don't know. Maybe they will carry on.
What do you think the motive of rule were?
Well, maybe the question is asked: what were the motives of both enforcing this position? Well, I think one circumstance is they played against each other that often. Know that if they really want to make it very tricky and very complicated, it can be a winner. But last year in Steenwijk, Balking won against Boomstra. So that could be a reason that Boomstra tries to take it easy. It's also not these opponents, of course, they fight for the lead, but they also have a lot of other games. It's also the second game of the day. It's a big question if they really want to take all the chances. But it can also be that Boomstra had the idea, okay, my opponent has played 35-30. I can play 18-22, and if he plays 32-28, which is 38-33, was more active there in the position before, you can also think, okay, he plays 32-28, now I have no options myself and I will force a draw. It's also maybe psychologically. I don't know if Rob Clare can comment a little bit on that, because he knows both players quite well. He will not. He will not. He will protect his players, and of course I can understand. For a moment in Dutch werd me de vraag gesteld of we bijvoorbeeld de motieven van Boomstra kunnen verklaren om bijvoorbeeld hierop aan te sturen. Ik vertel dat, ja goed, de spelers hebben een lange historie, die hebben een lange geschiedenis tussen elkaar. Zo heeft Balking vorig jaar ook bijvoorbeeld nog gewonnen van Boomstra in onderlinge treffen. Ze hebben ook nog dat vergat ik in het Engelse tijd te vertellen, ook nog in de barrage van de nationale competitie tegen elkaar gespeeld. Dat was een hele mooie opzet en beloofde een mooi duel te worden. Maar ook weer lieten ze eigenlijk zien dat allebei dat ze de stelling begrepen hadden. En toen werd het snel remise. Het zijn ook niet, ondanks dat ze aan het vechten zijn om de bovenste plaatsen, ze hoeven het niet per se tegen elkaar te doen. Ze hebben natuurlijk ook nog tegenstanders waarvan ze kunnen geloven dat ze kunnen winnen. En het kan ook een beetje zijn dat hiervoor het een beetje een overhoring was. Wit speelde 35-30, zwart speelde 18 2 keer 2. Het is ook een beetje, nou, laat jij maar zien of je er zin in hebt. Laat jij maar zien dat je wat wil maken. En op een gegeven moment beseft, nou ja, hij kiest hiervoor, nou, dan maak ik remise. Het is een beetje, is het lastig om het alleen maar over de motieven van Boomstra te hebben, lijkt me. Ik hoop dat je vraag iets beantwoordt, maar het is algemeen en ik kan ook niet in hun hoofd kijken. Dus dat is ook lastig over wat precies. Hè, ik weet ook niet met welk idee Boomstra deze partij is ingestapt. Dat is...
Ik kan me wel iets voorstellen dat Balking een beetje gedwongen was in de stad naar 28 te ruilen. En dat toch gezegd werd dat dat niet heel prettig was. Dat hij daar niet misschien heel content mee zou zijn. Dan zou je misschien ook denken, Boomstra is het dan voor om dat nog even in te breiden.
Ja, er wordt nog een vraag gesteld van. Valneris heeft net gevraagd, Keurentjes heeft net gezegd van, nou ja, the change 32-28 times 28 like this is not very typical for White. Why doesn't Boomstra try to benefit from the change? Misschien is de reden daarvoor dat het misschien ook gewoon lastig is om het wit wel iets probeert druk uit te oefenen op deze vleugel. Maybe it's difficult to really benefit because White does maybe sometimes get some pressure here.
You mean after this change?
After this change here.
Yeah, because you can get rid from this weakness.
It's just okay. How far does someone want to go? It's just quite difficult, just in the minds of these players.
niet willen toegeven tot vierkante millimeter.
Ja.
Knokken en intimideren. Stel, er staat een witte schijf op 9. De witte schijf op 9.
Ja.
En de zwarte op 42.
Ja.
En wit speelt op 9-3. Weet als eerste dan. Maar dat nog blij?
Nee, er wordt gevraagd hoe diep die psychologische intimidatie gaat. Of het ook is wie het, als het er 1-1 is, wie het eerst op dam staat. Nee, dat zo diep gaat dat nou ook weer niet. Maar het is wel belangrijk, zeker ook voor topspelers, dat als ik heb het al verteld. For instance, Keurentjes, I think you can agree with me if you play against, let's say, Getmanski 5 times. And 5 times in a draw, but 5 times you had the initiative. The 6th time, Getmanski doesn't like playing against you.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if it's a draw. And at moments of tension in a World Championship, in a very important game, all the feelings can build up. I think everybody has, it's a beautiful German word for it, an Angstgegner. Somebody you really don't like playing against. For instance, Rob Klerk is in the audience. I think Klerk is quite famous for beating Alexei Chizhov in a Leeuwarden tournament and a few tournaments beating him. And I can imagine that after those losses from Chizhov, Chizhov didn't like playing against Klerk anymore. But he didn't lose that much. Oh, but just I think everyone has some players they really don't like. When I was young, I really hated playing Boudewijn Derks. Not because he was far more better than me, well, probably he was all as well, but just when I was playing against him, I never could have grip on his positional game. It was always a problem for me.
Ik kan me voorstellen dat je het leuk vindt, dat je de onderliggende partij bent. Dat je altijd weet hoe je de ongelooflijke aanval eventueel kan counteren en kan afbreken. Dat lijkt me ook heel leuk om te kunnen doen. Als je zeker weet, je kan niet tegen deze speler tot winst gaan spelen of de winst gaan spelen. Laat me komen.
Nou, er wordt nu gezegd of het dat dan misschien in het gevoel van als je tegen iemand zit waar je het gevoel hebt dat je niet zo prettig zit, dat je kan counteren. Ik denk dat echt bij als je tegen iemand speelt waar je niet zo prettig voelt, dat het toch dat het gewoon dermate onprettig is dat je gewoon ook minder gelooft in je eigen kansen. En dan is het countergevoel is misschien niet eens zo heel erg van toepassing. Maybe this is something worthwhile. Okay, I think we'll move on from this game because interesting things happened on the board of Ron Heusens with white against Auke Scholma. I think Keurentjes. I think this should be the moment because now everything happened. While you set up the position, well, Ron Heusens is the champion of 2008. 5 years ago here he was the runner-up after Baljakin. And we've talked already about players we're looking forward to see here playing. And both Heusens and Scholma have been playing in the Dutch Championships for quite some time. A little bit older, with all due respect. But there are two of the most romantic players I know, and I think it's no wonder that the game between them, right from the beginning, it's becoming interesting. It's everything. All kinds of things are happening. Ik vertel net in het Engels dat dit zijn twee romantische spelers bij uitstek, Auke Scholma en Ron Heusens. Heusens in deze stelling wit. Dus daarom ook helemaal niet gek dat juist vanuit de opening al meteen het bord in vuur en vlam komt te staan. Ze hebben allebei ongelooflijk veel NK-deelnames, zijn al wat ouder, maar de sleet zit er zeker niet in. Okay, what can you tell? Why to move? What can you tell about this position? 36-31 was played. Oh, first this. Okay, maybe it's more interesting to look from White's perspective, but.
Well, it's folk structure, hexstone, yeah.
Yeah, it's hexstelling. Yeah, you know the word, ragatka.
Now, of course, the idea of black is just to damage the middle of the board.
Yeah.
By some changes and
just
these combinations. So,
okay.
And when this is weakened enough, and even if you get rid of it, so you will have some problems on this one. So this is a general idea.
Okay. Maybe, yeah. So the idea from black is het idee zwaar is in deze soort stellingen, in deze hekstellingen, om het centrum van de tegenstander af te breken. Spelers strijven uit deze lijn ook te ontwikkelen en gewoon het initiatief ook te krijgen hier op de lange vleugel. That's probably why this wasn't immediately played.
And also, for example, when this square is not occupied, this is a different game.
Okay.
When it's occupied, for example, it's a different game. It's connected with all these things later on.
Okay. But when it's not occupied, we still have to look at such ideas. But
yeah, in some cases.
Some cases, yeah. So probably in this position, if you do play this, black is quite happy that he can immediately play like this. And it might be a small variation, but probably an important one. If you do something like this, well, if you go here, I just simply change again, very clean, just getting rid of the pieces. And after this, which is logical to play something like this, I think the position is terrible immediately, because you can't ever play something like this because of this combination.
Important ideas.
Yeah.
So what was played?
Yeah. I think Heus played quite a strong move, actually. This the most important combination in these positions. I think everybody here in the others knows it, but it's the most important combination is that you can't play this.
Yeah, so immediately more perspective for white.
Yeah. These combinations are most important. So white's now trying to get to these points.
With, 2 pieces and the control is simple.
Yeah.
Maybe 1-6 was not good.
Oh, maybe 1-6 wasn't good.
It's better to play something like this.
Okay, can you tell me why? So I play the same?
Stronger structure. I can even play this one.
So, because now I can't play something like this, because simple combinations, and after this...
Yeah. Then you have to... Was that to build something like this when you have time? But even then, after change, you will have some weaknesses, or it will be too late. Some combinations.
Yeah, so again, it's important that after this, you still have this idea, because now you can attack, but after you attacked, the combination will come again here, and you will win this piece.
For example.
Yeah, that might be a little bit, but I think Schoma has seen this move, and the move he plays is so logical. Of course, he saw that this wasn't possible. Of course, he saw that he has to do something against this plan. So the black's move is quite comprehensible, I think. Ongetwijfeld heeft Schoma gezien dat dit het witte plan kan zijn. Niet dat 32-28 het probleem is, maar dit wit juist met 36-1, 31-7 of 36-1, 32-8 voorbereid. Ja.
Could be like this. It's not almost the same. Because after this, that's still. No, not.
Yeah, maybe still. But I told already, yeah, it's the second round of the game, of course. Yeah. It's second round of the day.
Sometimes you simply don't estimate something like this.
No.
You think, well, to stay with this comb.
Yeah, but maybe he thought, okay, it will be, maybe I already have advantage, and after this I can do something like this still, and white has to wait or build something. Well, maybe he just didn't see. Because it's also a direct combination, easier to see, probably. But because this is a gambit, what happens now in the game, I think for your procedures before deciding your move, it's a lot more dangerous. Ik vertel dat ongetwijfeld Schoma heeft allerlei alternatieven om nog de opstelling van zijn net te kiezen. Maar juist, hij is denk ik volledig gefixeerd op deze zet. En zeker ook in de procedures voor zetcontrole is dit heel lastig. Want je kijkt waarschijnlijk naar allerlei directe combinaties. Je kijkt naar achterloopjes. Nou, naar dit komt dat. Nou, naar dit staat de stand. De position is weird. Maar als je dat onder controle hebt en je kijkt hoe je wat schijven kan weggeven. Maar een offer of een ander soortig idee is it's so difficult to totally see. But again, of course, for a player with the caliber of Schoma, he should see such ideas because it's not It's quite standard, of course. Yeah. And now immediately the...
Yeah, what else?
What else?
When you close, it's simply good position.
Well, after this, it's even, I think, a piece.
But anyway, after any move, well, this is staying with certain pieces behind, and yeah, you have to put this.
Ja. So if you do it otherwise, white will... wit komt na 13-18, speelt wit 29-23. En dan blijft het wel gelijk, maar wit de punt op 23. Bijvoorbeeld wit een zwakke schij op 10 in dit geval. Well, and also black should really consider now what am I going to do about this.
Normally this is a weakness, of course. But when I get rid like this, maybe it's quite okay.
Well, what happens if I just try to close it, just like this or something? Oh, you can even go there and just play around, because sometimes we have to split the board like this, but now we also have this not very strong line.
Maybe there's some idea after this move to play so. I think because it's also going to be a weakness now. If you change.
Yeah, but
when you change this,
maybe you can just.
This one? Is it certain?
I don't know if it's certain.
This is something. It's a very tricky position.
Yeah, probably it is. Yeah, that's quite well. Again, for a player like Schoma, you would expect something like this. Actually, you should expect something like trying to make a sort of system, surrounding system, something interesting. This can't be the problem. I can't imagine.
No,
well, yeah, of course not even. Okay, but just now going around the position after this, and just now playing this. So after this, you can, you have something. But he doesn't choose this. I think it's, I don't know. Maybe I don't think we're really missing something right now. Dus ik vind het zelfs, dus ik geef aan, het is wat vreemd dat Schoma hier niet voor het normale 4-9 kiest om het naar 38-2 bijvoorbeeld met 20-4 te vervolgen. Het is helemaal niet gezegd dat hij dan beter staat. Ik denk eigenlijk in tegendeel, maar de zet die komt, die past niet bij de stijl van Schoma. Because Schoma plays this and then just allows for this. Oh, Kunte says strange, vreemd.
Of course, I play this one.
Yeah, it's been played.
I can't lose this one.
Yeah.
Well, it was played. This?
Yeah, yes, it was played.
And now this, of course, because they can't go.
No, 38. And now 2024 was played. But maybe we don't credit Schoma enough because now he still gets to this. But it might be. En misschien is het wel degelijk speelbaar, omdat Schoma komt nu daadwerkelijk in de partij ook nog op 30 terecht. Oh, maar...
Because I can get rid of one weakness and then I can build some columns.
Oké, het probleem...
Not such a,
en we zien...
such a nice structure, but when so many pieces behind.
Oké, we zien het menen van Gunther is ook als je nu hier komt. Het probleem is vooral, er staan nog allerlei stukken achter. En wit kan heel simpel op het centrum spelen. While this is also not here, which probably is quite important because then this is less vulnerable in such positions. And white can probably even develop this if he would feel endangered. But black.
Some weaknesses, or you can play
Yeah, I think you can, actually. Yeah, going further. Yeah, you have to do something now. Well, it's not a threat, but now it is. Oh, yeah, no, it isn't.
I'm not sure. So many weaknesses. The standard idea is maybe to change, but
Ja, dus belangrijk, we kijken gewoon naar of Zat ook alternatieven heeft. Het belangrijke idee is nu ook met wit als zwart besluit hierin te gaan. De partij gaat gewoon maar zo om maar gewoon te ruilen tegen de randschijven en op het centrum te duwen. We keken even naar dit idee. Inval met dreigingen. Nou, naar dit ga je gewoon weg en als dit komt, dan moet hij dat stuk waarschijnlijk vrezen voor zijn leven. Terwijl naar dit is wel wat lastig hoe je het precies met dit moet aanpakken, maar je kan een stapje omhoog. En die schijf staat waarschijnlijk onkwetsbaar en dat is toch waarschijnlijk een nare stand. Pardon? 23-29? Dus zo?
Ja, dan 23.
Zo? Ja, maar zijn schijfachtig. Ja, normaal niet, maar... I don't know. I don't know if Black would be fond of this.
okay, let's see. What was the game? 20 was played, yes.
Yeah?
Now without change.
30 without change, yes.
Now.
Yeah, now wait.
Oh.
Decide to develop. This was played. And Black. Well, if you play this combination, and now this to 4, and the same goes for if you for instance play this. It's the same.
No, but this move had some idea because.
Oh, to develop those pieces.
When you run away from this,
Yeah.
then they can create something.
We have to look at exactly. We have to look at economics. We moeten economisch denken over hoe economisch de opsluiting is. Hier houden de 3 wat vast, maar wit kan verbreken. Er staan er te veel achter. Het idee van Keurentjes was, ik loop zo en ik rol terug en maak het dus scholen dus verder op. Maar 25 is dus uitgeschakeld door het dammetje met 39-33 en 27-22. Well, that's probably why you played it in such a way.
Yeah.
Because now this was played. And he changes back. What do you think about this position? For your conclusion about this position before we go to the break?
I think it's still better for Black.
For Black?
Yeah, these pieces are behind, but White doesn't have columns. It's always 2 pieces. And when you play already like that, it will never exist. It's changing.
But if in a game it was like this and this, what's your opinion if White would change like this now? Ik ben benieuwd naar het oordeel van Keurentjes over deze stelling. Ik vind het zelf heel ingewikkeld. Wit kan principieel doorspelen en deze rol negeren. Maar we moeten wel beseffen, op dit moment zijn het er wel 5, in ieder geval tegen 4. Misschien ook 5, maar in ieder geval tegen 4. Wit heeft weinig speelbare stukken. Dus should White do this or should White go on? Do you think? No, I have played this already. This is the game. Now White is to move. Okay, just let's continue. Yeah.
Now you have columns.
Okay. Voor Keurentjes is het steeds belangrijk of je formaties hebt die je stand ondersteunen. We zien nu dat in deze stand, als het eenmaal zo staat, heb je allerlei formaties als dit, kleine staartjes, valse staartjes, maar wel staartjes. Probably this
Yeah, then
should
of
be
course,
okay.
get rid of all this. It's initiated for white.
Eén die jij
But
ja, ik geloof deze, ja. Wat even hier dan wat over te vragen hoor.
Okay, there's a question about this moment, Guntis.
Ik zit even te kijken.
1520 is gespeeld. 1520 was played and 3126 was played just to.
Nee, de speaker gaat niet op.
But I think we'll see. Okay, but I think we'll see later what will happen in this game. I think we should have a little break, even though we will have a break. But even though we do see that, according to Kingsrow, Wouter Sipma is beating Jan van Dijk. We'll directly after our break we will start analyzing this game. So I'll put up a note here how long we will follow our session up. Okay. We're back with our explications. Welcome back, everyone. We're looking now at the game between Wouter Sipma and Jan van Dijk. The game has proceeded a little bit from this moment already, but Van Dijk seems to be in a big heap of trouble in the remainder of this game. And Gunters and I thought that this was an interesting moment to check and to evaluate. I will say it in Dutch for just a sec. Welkom weer terug bij de partij tussen Wouter Sipma en Jan van Dijk. We zijn nog niet bij deze partij begonnen, maar deze partij lijkt erg goed te lopen voor Wouter Sipma. Dit leek ons een belangrijk moment om na te denken wat de stand precies waard is. Wat de zwaktes zijn van beide spelers. En wat zwart moet doen in deze stelling om verder leed te voorkomen. Gunters, what are your thoughts with this position with black to move?
Well, I think black can be in real trouble now because the stem structure, it's just a menace, and it's quite a deadly one because, well, you can't get rid of it. And very often in such positions, it depends on tempos. Later, when, for example, black does the same, and well, I think white controls it, and black should be very careful.
But is the only weakness in this position is that the gesture will come, but are there other problems?
Now, of course, all those pieces, they are still behind. No wing here, so that allows for very strong gestem. Well,
I always learned when I was a little boy, if I can have a gestum, it's always quite important that I control this wing.
yeah.
Can black still control the
Because
field on 25?
the normal thing about a classical game is that you control this corner and that corner. It's not always like that, but the general principle is like that.
Yeah.
And in this case, this is a control, because even when you manage to create to change something, I still will have this after
Okay.
30. And this is not already called control because, well, just no pieces. With stem, I have partly control of this
Structure, because even if there were pieces here, you could block.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I think it should be a big difference. For instance, in evaluated, if 5 was on 9, then after 14-20 you have the opportunity if someone goes here. So in this position, this could be a difference, even though this is still quite bad.
Yes.
But even still, after this, if you go behind, then at least you have some ideas. Ik vroeg aan Gunters wat hij vindt van deze stand. Nou, hij vindt het. Ik denk dat zwart hier sowieso al een grote problemen zal zitten. Wit gaat altijd komen deze gestum doorstoten om hier het te blokkeren. Zwart heeft hier geen stukken meer om het af te ruilen. Wit heeft het punt op 25 stevig in handen. Het stuk op 5 doet niet mee, het stuk op 15 doet niet mee. Zwart lijkt een temponoot te komen, ook bij als zwart ook probeert een beetje de juiste zettums te spelen. En zwart hier toch gewoon niet tot een ontwikkeling. In the game 4-9 was played. I don't know if that's the most safe move. Because I would wonder, Gunters, why this, of course, is a very important column in such positions, but will you ever be able to use it?
Yeah, that's a question because just for example, play this one, and then you only have, because you can't make double, you can't play, so you have only the slow way of development.
Yeah.
And then most probably because you don't have tempos here, and you can just rely on what you have.
Yeah. Or
So
something.
It should be very bad. I
It's
don't calculate it right now.
Sometimes it's possible to do something like this, but while black is doing this, white will eliminate
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
this contact point.
Because there's always some idea, some sort of combination, or even blockade and come again.
Yeah, it's just not possible to. So.
And then, for example, in these positions, what I mean, you always have some safety tempos.
Yeah, and even a formation, if it goes like this and you're here, it's not possible to connect anymore. We zien dus al grote problemen voor zwart om stukken die achtergebleven zijn in het spel te brengen. Van Dijk speelt het volstrekt logische 4-9. Maar Sipma is zeer attent en laat niet meer toe dat deze ruil überhaupt plaatsvindt met 34. I think that's why maybe you should try now to develop like this. It's not good at all, but at least after this, perhaps you can.
This is a practical idea, yes. And after this, sometimes there's a combination. Is it here too?
And the combination idea is white goes here, and later on white has to hit here, and black can always go somewhere. I think it's working right now, actually. It's working quite well. Because if you don't have this, you always have problems like going here with a forcing, but also these ideas.
Exactly.
This should be probably, but of course, white doesn't have to necessarily play 28-22, but this is a way for black to keep on fighting in this position.
Because now I can approach at least.
Yeah, and once this is played, this is never an option because of the small combinations that are possible.
And when I'm safe here, maybe I can already make some.
You can make some columns and at least you can fight. Het blijft slecht. It stays very bad, but we can look how it went in the game. I think 4-9 was played.
I think you shouldn't have lost this. So.
And now he plays 3-8, and we see. Yeah, it's too late. And we see now very clear. He made his column, but he can't use it. So this is sort of wait. Het hangt die gewoon niets doet. Die kan nooit meer worden. Ook niet als het eenmaal zo is gegaan. Als wit hier komt, kan je hem nooit. Dus het is gewoon een 4-9 is eigenlijk geen handige zet. En yeah, white will do what we expected. He will just make the gestem. Yeah, and I think it goes very logically now. Just tempos are played out. De tempos worden uitgespeeld. Het is duidelijk dat zwart gewoon grote tempoproblemen heeft. 90. First this one. Black plays like this. And now black decides to play the gambit. Well, for instance, if I play like this, how would it continue on this?
I think you just try to on tempo.
This is the most beautiful way to win a game. We have an end game prize during this tournament. Well, this is sort of an end game since it's totally over. Als Sippa zo had gewonnen, dan zou hij misschien voor de eindspelprijs. Want ja, er is geen zet meer mogelijk, weinig stukken nog maar te spelen. And this is just, I really like the word that Gunther often uses. The black's position has collapsed. While sometimes after such ideas, there are still ways to fight. For instance, if you can manage to get 2 black pieces here, you can still fight with this. I have no idea if black got any counter game.
Different case, because even as people say, even with 1 piece less, it's still worse position for black because I can go on.
Let's see. Yeah, he played this. Yeah. Yeah. Black, smart move now. Of course, Van Dijk will keep on fighting. He will keep on fighting. Just not allowing this because of this.
Otherwise, it's probably too late already.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes for this sort of combination. Doesn't matter whether he plays some. So this doesn't work now because I just sacrificed a piece.
Yeah.
And after this you have to take.
Yeah. So Gunther is now playing with the coupe Fabre, we call this. Or in Dutch also maanslag. This idea. But white can first sacrifice and then do this. Even after this now, you immediately play the same idea. Always have to take 3. But first, you give, then you go, and there's no combination. It's totally over. I think that's why Van Dijk plays this. I think Sipma keeps on playing quite smart, actually, just taking no risks now.
Because this is not quite good. Because after that, you will not be able to sacrifice.
So that's an important information. Always when.
Now I can't change.
And after this, Gunther says it looks like black is a little stuck, but just after a random move, it's never possible to. For at least
It's always
chances for a draw.
Yeah.
The problem is if you sacrifice in order to prepare for this, it's always like this because black has some columns. So I think the move of Sipma is the idea of Sipma is quite sensible and should be easily, I think. Yeah, he just gives the piece back and changes. While we can see that two pieces are about to break through.
Still costs maybe 2 or 3 or 4 tempos, and then I just change it.
The only idea for black is now what Gunther shows is something like this, and just to work with such ideas. But in the meantime, I can play this. And apologies. So there's something being asked. Is that something?
No, but it's. I think now I change. Now it's black to play.
Black to play. We play like this.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay then. So this is not precise because this idea, as mentioned by Erik Sanders. So white has to be a little bit slower, but I can't imagine that. And Sipma has indeed won. I can perhaps show what happened. It's quite nice, actually. This happened.
No. Is this forward?
Yeah, this. I think it went like something along the lines of this. Oh well, let me check for just a moment. He played this first. But he ends the game in a very nice way. This was played. Well. And now Van Dijk played this.
How many pieces is possible to take now?
Yeah.
By combinations?
And probably there are lots of ideas, but this is quite an effect. At this moment, Van Dijk has already surrendered. And just let's have a look now how many pieces you will hit. Gunther of course, Gunther immediately sees it. Prachtige rondslag. Het is ergens jammer dat Van Dijk Sipma de eer niet gunde om die slag ook uit te voeren. Want het is natuurlijk altijd erg fraai om dit zeker op een liveboard uit te voeren. Sadly, Sipma didn't have the chance to show crowd what was going on, so we'll do it for him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces are being hit in this way. I have to take them back in the right order. It's always difficult. And of course, Sipma has already seen that now. He's just in time. And I just take this piece of the board with an exact win. So, yeah, it's, I think, a very good positional victory of Wouter Sipma. And I think Jan van Dijk was not enough aware of the danger in the game. Okay, maybe let's have a look at some other games. Pimus played a draw against Heimeyer. Ah, yeah, it's a clear draw position. This might be interesting.
Yeah, this might be. Now it's really bad for black.
Well, this is this probably at this moment is a nice moment to start with. Okay, so before we were discussing this game and we were talking about a little moment before. I won't change the black's position, but this position. We are talking about the idea if white could play this. But white decided to leave this here and to develop this, just playing with this, just something like this, just playing, keeping this here, also a little bit blocking this position, and just trying to use the center to work with these ideas, to work with ideas of attacking the wing. Yeah, and white will just wait in the center. Yeah. Dus wit heeft niet besloten om met 39-33 stand open te ruilen. Het zal het ook moeilijker zijn om de stand te winnen. Maar Heusens heeft waarschijnlijk goed getaxeerd, dat zullen we althans merken, dat hij hier met veel druk in het centrum kan spelen. In dit soort standen moet zwart altijd op zijn hoede zijn voor zulke overvalzetten, waarmee wit van alles aan de orde stelt. Niet gezegd dat het nou fantastisch is, soms is die mogelijk. Maar wit kan ook blijven wachten en wit heeft gewoon gezonde druk op het centrum en hoopt min of meer de schijven te blokkeren. Als we een prijs zouden hebben voor de mooiste structuren in partij of de mooiste zetten in partij, if we would have a prize for the most beautiful structures, I think, well, Schoma would qualify with his upcoming move. Making a full diagonal in this position. And also just, trying to prevent perhaps this. He plays this. It's very rare that we see an entire line covered with the same color.
It's quite dangerous. Well, right now, probably.
Yeah.
You can hit here, but.
Yeah, but the fact that Schoma allows for this, actually, well, I think it's quite clear that he probably doesn't like his position too much. If he does allow this, it's because this is your only idea, I think.
Yeah. Because when you hit here, you just proceed. So
yeah.
Now I close it. I want to attack. What is played?
Like this. Yeah, 48, 43, and now he plays this.
3 seconds. Ah, yeah, I understand. He wants to come closer. Or attack. He wants to attack.
It's difficult maybe for white to understand because I think you have a few ideas at this moment. You can always also just put everything on the attack here with, for instance, changing like this and just going on.
You can also attack and then now this. Make a double change with a threat, then you fix this.
Okay, that's very fast. We'll check. So like this, we can't play this because of this, but we'll change. And then just black has to close the gap. And you have a weak structure and you will just move your pieces to the center.
But I think there are several ways.
Just to show, gewoon om te laten zien dat wit zoveel mogelijkheden heeft. But this is a little bit too humble, I think, for white. White would want more.
There is something more. Well, this is the position.
Yeah, I think I have 3 pieces here. It's a bit scary.
I can also play maybe so. And now this is a threat. Ah no, but you don't play this. You play this one. Or this combination.
Excuse me? Ah, okay, yeah.
Because when you play so, I think this is simply terrible. So he thinks.
Okay.
So it's very narrow.
Yeah, and is this the only move? Can you also just stand your ground with such moves?
Ah, you still can. Yeah, but it's still.
Well, not giving this.
Not directly, of course, but.
Because Heusens has.
You will have to defend it anyway.
Has decided to play like. Oh, just a moment. Oh, okay, yeah. He's decided to play this as it hasn't been played. Yeah, but it's such a huge chance, I think.
Yeah.
So one of the things that the Black's defense is building on, waar zwart continu wel gebruik moet maken, is dat elke keer op die dus deze wending komt, anders ben je meteen je schijf kwijt. Dus zwart gaat helemaal hierheen.
For draw.
For a draw, of course, but so I don't know, maybe something like this.
No, it will be quite cool because this. This is a threat. So you still can go on, or
You can defend.
you can defend immediately. But then, of course,
So we see Black as being very restricted as this wing, while White has all kinds of ideas and has freedom here. Black has to make all kinds of decisions, very big ones actually. Dus we zien dat Zwart aan de vleugel eigenlijk een beetje lam gelegd is. Een keertje zal hij met 14 naar 25 moeten gaan, dat is zonder twijfel. Terwijl Wit oppermachtig staat in het centrum. En op allerlei soorten manieren gaat proberen om zijn stelling gewoon superieur te maken. Wat zeg je?
yeah, it's also three ways. This very passive, this or this.
Ah, okay.
Maybe when this goes away, it's better for what to defend.
But you never want to attack on this wing, probably.
It's possible to.
Or do you?
But I want to make maximum from this one.
Oh, you really want to get to 34 at all times. But just to correct me, Gundis. Just to correct me. If I play something like this, how do you defend? Just because I want to be able to do this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh. Okay. Okay, what happens if I attack? Okay, I just sketch you.
Yeah, maybe you attack, and after this you just take. It's a square.
Yeah, let's give it a try. Yeah, because one of the things also threatening now is just to also lock up the position at this side of the board. And if you don't do anything, you have to be very careful of this, because it's very easy but very important. You can never do this. Of course you can sacrifice, but then it's becoming a lot of pieces. I think White has so many possibilities because of this. This is also a wonderful structure. Dus ga je op 50 verleent echt dienst in zulke standen. Als een soort sluitpas, nu ook als kleine formatie. Yeah, I think this. Yeah, he did. Huysens played 28-23 actually. But maybe it's worthwhile to go into the position of local hero Geert van Aalten, because something has happened in that position. I do think that Van Aalten at this moment has a winning position. Maybe this position might be interesting. Well, or maybe a little bit earlier even, but maybe.
This one, you mean?
Yeah, but it's also awful. I have no idea which position we take. I think it's quite a good game from Van Aalten. We didn't really notice it. Well, maybe at this moment. This was the position on the move 35. White, last game of white is this. And we had a position from Scholma in the morning, I think. It also looked a little bit like this with a lot of pieces here that aren't really active.
Yeah, but it's a situation where you can't play this because of this or this. Important move.
Yeah. So with black has now, because after this you can sometimes make this column, you can sometimes go here, you have various opportunities.
For example, you can react on all these things. But when you still have to go that way.
Yeah, so quite important, you don't have this important move. We kijken dus naar de stand van Anton van Berkel, Geert van Aalten. Dit is de 35e set van wit, zal deze worden. En het hoofdprobleem is, wit wil eigenlijk een stand creëren waarbij je altijd het op kan vangen. In ieder geval hele erge zaken te voorkomen. Maar het probleem is dat en ook bijvoorbeeld op die, om te sluiten. Maar het probleem is dat dit en dit is natuurlijk heel bazaal, maar het is zo belangrijk. And I think we can look at what happens in the game, because white collapses quite hard, because this was played and now Van Aalten.
This is never a move, because you can just take a corner and white can only move.
Oh, sure. If not worse, okay. If not worse, okay. But okay, I played this. Black played this. A little too late. And we seen it, and now Van Aalten starts to play. I think very well. He decides to change, and really just focus on the position here, which is not doing anything. This. Well, if white plays 30-24, I think black will play 14-20. Yeah. And very important, there's also the idea of this move, as white wants to connect position, you can always just change back. It would have been possible if you hadn't played this.
And when you want, for example, to make a change, it will be never possible because of such combination.
Yeah, it's just extremely important, very small idea. So Van Aalten plays very precise, right? Because mentioned 14-20, also this and immediately this might sometimes be a problem, maybe not now, but so it's a useful move just to have these ideas. Dus een hele nuttige zet 16-21. Van Berkel hopes to activate the position. Yeah, and just we have to try to put some pieces into the game, into the playing area, just to say it like that. But Van Aalten plays, I think, very precise now. And do you know what happened, of Share? Do you want to guess? Do you want to guess? Because this change probably isn't even a real threat because of all these ideas here. Yeah, he played that. Yeah, just controlling the entire position. Maybe it's not a real threat, but I think 14-20 is an excellent move. And still the same idea. After this, we take away the connection, and after this, I think should be awful. Right? Two pieces, one is hanging doing anything. Van Berkel decides to play extremely passive, but maybe there's no other choice. And of course, I'm sorry, just to add, Black also wants to play this, or maybe this and this. Ze had er zoveel ideeën, 14-20 denk ik hele nauwkeurig gezet. En op 37-2 komt nog steeds 21-7. Na 30-4 heb je verschillende mogelijkheden, waaronder 21-7, maar ook 20-5 om de boel vast te houden. Ja, zo is de passieve zet van Berkel wel goed verklaard. Nou, en we gaan niet nou bezig met het feit dat Kingsrow hier een enorme ingewikkelde database remise aangeeft. Dat doet Kingsrow al vaker wel in zulke standen. I'm just telling that Kingsrow gives the database draw. Okay, but I think it would be at least as interesting just to watch how it went. Because according to Kingsrow, you can still manage here with 37-32. Okay. And just everything fall over you, but then sometimes you work with gambits. But I think Van Berkel tries to organize it here, and I think it's normal, but his position gets worse and worse. If you want to know the database draw, then maybe check online when you're at home. If when you're behind the computer, you can see the variation. Yeah. Attacking, and now this is like standard position for center. This piece being very strong at these. A very strong attack. In Nederland zouden we dit gewoon een streefstand noemen. Ik denk dat iedereen dat woord kent. Heel sterk centrum. 24 die de passieve randschijven tegengaat. Controle over beide bordhelften. No, he's changed. Yeah, 41 is played. Oh, yeah, 41 has been played. 3-9 has been played. Well, change back. And now, probably a precise move. Just to eliminate every counterplay. Oh. Gunters looks very surprised. Gunters vertelt we zijn Gunters aan het vragen van, oké, wat is hier de juiste sterkste zet? Het is heel normaal in zulke standen om bijvoorbeeld zo door te gaan. Bijvoorbeeld zo en zo. Maar misschien dat je naar dit wil je liever niet aan zet zijn. Maybe there's not a moment you would like to be the one who has to move, because after this you always have to consider this, and it looked like a draw. For the end game, this is a bad connection. In Nederlands noemen we dat een knoop. Wit heeft een soort knoop en heeft ook contact. Dus dit zal wel eens heel moeilijk kunnen worden. Het is ook maar één schijf. En wit heeft twee schijven aan die vleugel naar 33-9, 34-4 om door te gaan. Yeah, so I think at this moment, this is extremely precise move. But let's see what happens if white. Because always when you play like this, you miss a controlling piece here. Of course, this is hardly possible.
Normally, you just take two pieces and proceed.
You can never go there.
Yeah.
Okay. Win two pieces, white will go as well, but black will go to king very fast.
And maybe even building this.
Okay, so just to show this position. Even kijken hoe het dan in alle varianten gaat. Nou, je hebt zelfs dit plan, zoals Gunters aangeeft, om daar een 1 op 2 te nemen. Moet je wel zeker zijn dat er inderdaad in de 4 omheen die ontstaat geen pronkige remise zit. Oh, hier is Gunters er niet helemaal zeker over, dus misschien die opstelling maar wel kiezen. Dus waarschijnlijk is dit toch op dit moment, omdat dit is nog zo ver van Dam af, dat dit waarschijnlijk vrij veilig is om te winnen. But maybe it's worthwhile looking what happens if it goes differently. After this, I think it's just one move, it's over. And what happens if I play this? Oh, this has even already been played, but he hasn't. And as you can see, you're not even in time to prevent.
Yeah, you just need 2 pieces.
It's just awful at this moment, I think. So there's no end game at all because you can't even go to a thing with look at catches or anything. Het lijkt gewoon een kansloze variant omdat je niet eens in vangstelling komt. Misschien dat dat de reden is ook dat in de partij anders is gespeeld. In the game it went like this. Yeah, just he played and first blocked the position.
Maybe I will try this.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think after this, something if you now do it anyway, we'll still be very fast with this idea and.
You are further from the king than me.
Okay, so let's try this.
Now I think I have a very strong attack.
En nu is het idee, wit is misschien iets dichterbij, maar wit moet zo.
Excellent now, because you can never have a king here.
Oké, dus zodra je hier dan haalt met deze schijf heb je altijd de vang 18-2. Ja, dus als wit nu bijvoorbeeld doordreigt te lopen, is een heel simpel variantje, maar soms zijn de meest simpele variantjes zo heel erg logisch. Hierheen, nou die volgt op weglopen, volgt heel simpel de schijfwinst. En als wit nog denkt slim te zijn, bijvoorbeeld op deze manier van zo'n, dan heb ik misschien nog een eindspel. Maar ja, ik kan waarschijnlijk heel gemeen hierheen slaan en wit moet slaan. Probably, of course, it's also one. So I don't think there's any chance that Van Aalten will let this be a draw. Yeah, too straightforward, I think. Okay. Perhaps we'll stop. I can also ask, for instance, Wouter Sipma to tell a little bit about the game. Would you like?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, then I will.
Some ideas?
It seems that Wouter Sipma is already otherwise engaged, so probably we analyzed that game quite thoroughly. Wouter Sipma is op dit moment aan het uitrusten, wat ook logisch is. Dus I think we can stop for today. I guess then in that case. So thank you all for your attention, and we get a small applause. Natuurlijk hartstikke bedankt iedereen voor de aanwezigheid, ook online. Morgen gaan we weer verder om 3 uur bij het bespreken van de volgende ronde. Blijf vooral kijken, want we zijn nog helemaal niet, klaar voor vandaag. Want de partij tussen Ron Heus en Auke Schoolma zal ongetwijfeld nog genoeg van te beleven zijn. Maar ik hoop dat daarbij de grafieken en Kingsrow en Shen de Blinde hopelijk dienst zullen doen. Just for the people that's watching the game between Geert van Aalten and Anton van Berkel surprised us a little bit. Before maybe you were already watching. Actually, we made an end to our demonstrations, but we're quite surprised that Van Aalten before. Well, just at this moment, it was clear to us that after this, and then just go on, it's clear. Like this. Just for a moment, Hein is discussing this moment with me. I'm being asked Hein why I'm playing this so fast. Of course, Hein understands. I looked at the King's Row graph and he said this is a database. No, it's probably not easy. So, oh, you think that's more easy? Yeah, because it's actually Hein is this position. We can think about if it's also possible to start with 3631. Well, after 2015 and 2731, it's a King's Row database draw, but we have a very difficult time with that's the King's Row database draw. But yeah, but why would it be? It's just still so. But I don't know. King's Row sees one database draw, maybe this database draw database as well. Because also this looks quite logical because, well, but it's just not possible to attack. Maybe this is far more easy. Yeah, no, but probably you're totally right. Totally right. Yeah, here comes Gerard Jansen, who says that maybe also now 1923 can be played. But what about the position we had? Just to understand why King's Row is so fanatic about this. King's Row says that this should be a database. Some clear variations here. There's an interesting idea here from Gerard Jansen. Perhaps something like this. Sorry, I'm in front of the board. Step out of the way. And now just going to 4. Black has a huge problem that, well, you have to do something after this. There's so much contact here. There's so much going here, but everywhere there's so much contact with attacks and just. But of course, the main idea here, you go to 27, and just. It's not even a plus. So, like I said, the local Gunters and I didn't expect anymore that our local hero Geert van Aalten would not win, but there's a good chance that Van Berkel will find this. He has, this is his 5th. As always a circumstance, Van Aalten made a mistake on his 4th move. And Van Berkel has, at this moment, at least an hour to think about the board that you're seeing, hopefully also on your screen. And yeah, there's of course an extremely good chance that Van Berkel will find this. Ik vertel net goed nieuws voor de fans van Berkel, om het maar zo te zeggen. Slecht nieuws voor de fans van Geert van Aalten. Ik vertelde net dat er weinig kans leek te zijn dat Geert van Aalten deze prachtige positionele partij niet zou bekronen, maar heeft toch de 49e set helaas een steek laten vallen. We hebben ze net al een kleine analyse laten zien van wat er allemaal mogelijk zou zijn. We hadden zelf niet meer gedacht dat het fout kon gaan, maar het gaat waarschijnlijk dan toch gebeuren dat Anton van Berkel hier gewoon een remise uit gaat peuteren. Van Berkel is op dit moment aan het nadenken. Hij heeft zijn 50 set net aangehaald. Hij heeft een uur om op een heel belangrijk moment waarschijnlijk na te denken. Ja, de kans is natuurlijk erg groot dat een speler van dit kaliber de remise ook zal vinden. Dus dat was toetje voor de demonstraties die al gestopt waren. Zoals ik zei, blijf kijken. Ook naar de interessante partij tussen Ron Heus, Auke Scholma, waar nog volop activiteit is. En de partij tussen Ben Provoost en Mike Koopmanschap. Die lijkt een wat vredelievender einde te gaan hebben, maar wie weet.